listen, I don't really need to think about it. To me, it's a very easy idea. Just I know my own opinion that changes it. It's never a million or billion is difficult word. Just I should be really, yeah, exactly. Never actually, it's not confusing at all. But sometimes my ego would be, oh, it's really too outsized. Coming this fall, return of the video console wars. Video console is a PlayStation or a Wii. I never actually missed it, right? I'm only having difficulty distinguishing billion and million. It's not confusing at all. But sometimes my own estimation of the whole word dominates the entire judgment. I just should accept, information with no evaluation of my own. But I think that, oh, it's too much, Probably you actually saw it in a wrong way. Oh, you want to change it? Yeah, like this, Mm-hmm. Xbox review is the one. 정말 금방 읽었지? 아주 기회를 정확하게 기억하지 마. 기억이 안 나빠요. Gamers across the globe are awaiting right now at this moment. Oh, please, I'm actually dying to get my hands on a Sony PlayStation 5 and Microsoft Xbox Series, please. Even though their supply is not likely to, suffice everyone's demand. Although, they're limited production. Of consoles. Due to the corona pandemic. Corona is really the reason they cannot actually somehow mobilize all the resources they need in order to actually, completely assemble, assemble the components to build the consoles. That's true. Assemble can you spell it? True. to assemble them, or for the assemblage of them. Lack of mobility and a slowdown of transportation could delay the delivery of a component needed to assemble them, or for the assemblage of them. Like this. $4. Can I have that new paper? Generation Z, would it be called the Gen Zers? Gen Zers say Silicon Valley is not for everyone. They're only for young and beautiful people with a high-ended backgrounds and enough capital. And they're only actually privy to a certain handful of people in the whole universe, right? Can they ever actually build a new system? I want to say that those people in the selected people, I mean. Like this. I understand what that means. Sure. September 15th and I really don't know. You want to see it? Any. Is that one? It's not really that difficult. Who's in there? 사실 이런 걸 먹고 들어가니까 미안한데 이거는 좀 안 될 것 같아. 이런 번호 미국 번호 익숙하잖아. 18 이게 토론 프리. 이건 미국 공짜잖아. 어릴 때부터 미국 전화 많이. 그건 아닌 것 같아. 이건 네가 너무 먹고 갔어 인간아. 아 그래? 그건 아니야. Because these portions were too familiar to me. I've been well reversed with the toll-free number, just like the rest of people, right? And then this local core 718-212 or 917. These are really kind of common New York area codes, right? 212-917-718. So I just actually got these for granted. That's really the reason why. probably. I'm so sorry. I would never be that great, but it's okay. But you gotta actually believe me. Sometimes I actually let my ego make certain decision on behalf of the reason. I think sometimes the Elon Musk's number was too counterintuitive, and I would have changed it for whatever reason. Even though my inner voice said, "No, you didn't see that. I recognize that." I can actually have a remnant image pounding upon my eyes. No, you didn't see that. You saw a different one. Oh no, it doesn't make sense. Maybe I was actually wrong. My initial image was wrong. It would be so counterintuitive. Like, counterintuitive is really great too. Because I'm a very intuitive person, probably. I'm not kidding. 뭐 그렇게 어렵진 않아요. 참 먹는데. 그렇게까지 미치게 돈 되고 할 일은 아닌데 사람들이 좀 너무 심하네. 그만하고 가자. 맞니? 그만해도 되죠? 다시 뉴욕타임즈 갑니다. 할 수 있는데 이제 좀 생각해서 그래요. 이거 했잖아. 했으니까 좀 기다려. enthusiasts 이따가 고치고. enthusiasts aficionado enthusiasm 이거다 그지? enthusiasm curb your enthusiasm curb your enthusiasm. Do you know how to spell enthuse? Yes ma'am. I am enthused about my future with a friend Republican. I'm dying to know his middle name. What would be your middle name? I'm fixing on a group of young tech enthusiasts are carving out their own pathway on Discord. What does that mean? Paving out career. Against the cacophonous odds, despite all the disagreements and discord, they don't really necessarily fit into the category of this rich and well-endowed and well-educated. However, young tech-savvy apostle, just simply based upon their, unbridled passion for technology, they're actually, right now, busy shaping their own career path in the Silicon Valley despite all the differences. Latest innovations we're dying to witness and be part of, right? It's not really that difficult to me. I'm not lying. I can understand that. I don't know. I can understand it. I'm pretty certain. I just read it. Underneath it, that's there. I know what that means. 그렇게 페이킹 안 했는데 왜 페이킹을 지금 해? 그래서 프렌딩마저 없으면 어떡할래? 페이킹 왜 하나? What if you lose your husband? Both of them are covered. Please let me do it. I can't do it. Business. No, it's not true. To sell. It's really the number. It's not really how many of them. I saw it. To sell. Yeah. Oh yes, exactly. Oh, por ahí tiene missing. Yeah. Or more specifically, now I'm remembering. But think about how quickly I actually memorized these different sentences. It's really amazing, right? Yeah, I mean, I really was really fast. The NGST Silicon Valley is the least exclusive. Can they build a new system? But however, it's been really great. Is underlining the line. Really said that. Group of young tech enthusiasts are carving out their own pathway passage on Discord, and I was really quick to memorize these two, like a video game. President Donald Trump received, the experimental antibody treatment. Donald Trump is the first in the whole universe who has ever been treated with the still ongoing development of antibody treatment because he's the United States president. Those are really quick. Gamers across the globe are awaiting with bated breath the Sony PlayStation 5 Microsoft Xbox Series, although there are limited production of consoles. It's not likely to suffice every demand. It's really quick. Due to the pandemic crisis, I even actually written it down. Even though their supplies were not likely to be there would likely to be limited and insufficient to satiate all the demand. I got everything really correct, right? Now, one thing that I've been a little bit changed. I'm really sorry about it. This was really the only thing. It was probably too quick. 너무 빨랐나 봐. 너무 빨라. Yeah, right. I didn't miss it. Theater owner wait for new movies to be released and to actually go on because many of the productions are now actually being suspended. So they just really want to actually the one theater owner truly wants to see. The only reason, even though I actually keep this correct, 그래서 이건 맞았잖아요. 솔직히 투를 다른 거죠, 그것도 아니고. It was really correct, but a little bit changed it, but that's really, relatively okay since given, the very complexity. But the problem is, the actual screen was a little bit wobbly. That was really the reason. Because I have a blurry vision. It's really true. 근데 그거는 진짜 좀 blurry vision이었어가지고. 그거는 진짜 physical condition이에요. 화면이 약간 떨렸잖아. Because you would actually be able to see that the screen was trembling. So I really have a blurry vision. That's really the reason I would never actually purchase a cheap contact lenses, even one-day use or single-use disposable. They normally actually offer a 2-for-1 discount for cheaper versions, but I couldn't because I have a terrible eyesight in addition to that blurry vision. If that is an emotion, and I would not probably see the very finest points. It's a really not excuse. I really normally wanted to actually purchase a cheap one because I have a very tight budget. I'm actually, under a cash strain. But the blurry vision issue, then I had to accept it. Because I know when I was walking down the street, I saw that, at night, the lights coming from the lamps were extremely, blurry. So they would actually, be emitting lights like neon flies, or light flies, or fireflies. They were radiating. So it's really kind of radiating with gloom. And I would be so surprised. Hey, how in the first place a lamplight has such a glow? But that's not really the case. I have a very blurry eyes. It's really true. I really don't appreciate the very trembling, wobbly movement. It's difficult, a little bit. But I didn't miss the timeline. Taints, right? Taints in the name of the place. I'm gonna chart that, Jesse. Taints chart that. 무조건 여기다 내놔. I have to actually I'm doing fairly okay, right? Ready? Donald Trump has a coronavirus. What type of risks does he truly have? That means, how dangerous a coronavirus could get to him. Given, his age, he's in a pathological condition, he's a little bit overweighted, physical stature, so forth and so on. Not really a little bit, to tell the truth, and he's quite obese, right? What risk does he have? It means, how dangerous coronavirus could ever possibly get. Pre-existing condition. And the race, age particularly, and the weight, and height, stature, or family history, and immune system. So here, risks are not particularly for, contracting coronavirus or having a worse type of a coronavirus case. What this might actually suggest is, how risky coronavirus could have possibly get in the realm of Donald Trump, in the dimension. If you ever actually reduce the equation of a coronavirus into the dimension of Donald Trump, how dangerous is it? How dangerous would it be? He would be susceptible to the worst scenario of the coronavirus? This is really the question. Donald Trump has the coronavirus. What risk does he truly have? Am I getting the tonality correct? I really actually believe my tonality is really healthy. That's the real reason. Can we actually spend a day together or a night together and whatever, watch whatever things together? And do ask me. And you actually will print out wherever you want me, or even actually hand out your phone. Can we actually read it? Definitely in silence. In just a couple of minutes, I'm going to turn it into you, and can we have a civil discourse on that? I'm really happy if you do that. Appeal to civil injunction. Injunction is a stop peach, by the way. You should actually, you know what? Stop doing that. Otherwise, you're going to be penalized. There will be penalties. You'll be fined. You'll be mulcted. Like this, right? We just sell me. So, injunction against the retail ban, that means it should be, it's not really confusing, but you have to actually be cautious. Injunction itself is a banning. So you're banning against the banning, that means no more banning. You could actually sell it. Injunction against the WeChat, this program to selling ban. That means that there will be no more banning. If ban should be uplifted. Otherwise, this is really counter banning. Counter banning. Not looking into it again. Once I got it. Don't get that wrong. I didn't miss it. You think that I would be confused and all haywire. Huh. Anti. No. You know what? The truth about I even actually got this correct. The truth about the truth about this is what logicians are doing. That's what we. I mean, I didn't. I only scanned the surface of the formal logic. But that's what these logicians do, right? It, kind of counter universalization or whatever qualification. It's really kind of thing. That was interesting. And I owe him that much. I never even actually think like this, before I. So anyway, I kind of think.